Next, I'm going to show you how to make fresh almond milk, which is actually just soaked almonds in purified water. You blend it and strain it, and then you have almond milk, which is actually still alive. It's a raw food, it's a living food, because the almond milk that you buy in stores has been pasteurized and all the enzymes are dead. So I've soaked a cup of almonds overnight. As long as you soak them for about 8 to 12 hours, they're good. What you're doing when you're soaking them is beginning the germinating process. And then the next morning you're actually going to rinse them, strain them and rinse them. And that is actually to get rid of all of the enzyme inhibitors on the nuts. So just rinse them really well. If you don't soak and rinse the nuts, you're actually going to have a harder time digesting them. So this makes them easier to digest. So after they've been soaked and rinsed, you just dump them in your blender and you top it all off with water all the way to the top. And this container is 8 cups, so it's actually going to make about 64 ounces of milk, which will last you a good week or so. Alright, and make sure your lid is nice and tight, because that's happened to me before. Almond milk all over the kitchen. So okay, so you want to blend your almonds and your purified water until basically you don't see any chunks of almonds anymore, and it's kind of got a little bit of froth at the top you can see happening. So it's going to be pretty full. And then what I have here is called a nut milk bag, and it's actually kind of the same texture as like a cheesecloth. So you're just going to basically be straining the pulp from it so that you don't have a thick milk, instead you have a nice texture. And it has an elastic band, so it just goes right over the top of your blender. And you can just peel it off there, and then you're actually going to strain all of the liquid out just by gently squeezing the bag. And the milk comes out, and you've got fresh almond milk. Okay, so you have your plain almond milk here. If that's how you want to drink it, that's great, but it doesn't really have too much of a flavor that way. So I'm going to show you how to make a couple different kinds of milk. I'm going to show you how to make a vanilla almond milk, which is basically just a little bit of sweetener. So again, you can use stevia or maple syrup or agave, your sweetener of choice. And just do maybe a few tablespoons for the whole blender, which is about 8 cups. And a pinch of sea salt, again, to bring out the sweetness. And then you can add vanilla to make the vanilla almond milk, or you could add some cacao powder, which is just the ground cacao bean. So it's got a lot of iron and minerals, antioxidants, magnesium, all kinds of good stuff in cacao. So this way you'll have a chocolate almond milk. And there you go. You blend it all together. All right, so you have your chocolate milk, which is really good actually to drink by itself, or you could even pour it on your cereal if you're feeling fancy. Alright, now with the chocolate almond milk that you just made, you can actually make something a little more substantial than just a milk. If you want like an actual breakfast, you can make a chocolate banana smoothie, which is one of my favorites. You can take however many bananas you'd like, usually 2 or 3, makes a nice thick shake. Freezing them first is better because it makes actually a creamier smoothie and a colder treat as opposed to just, you know, a lukewarm banana. So you're going to have your bananas and the chocolate almond milk that you just made. You can add a little more chocolate if you'd like. I love chocolate, so I'm going to add a little more, and a little more maple syrup. The kind of maple syrup that you want to look for when you go and buy it in the store is actually grade B organic maple syrup. It's the highest in vitamins and minerals, so if you're going to use a sweetener, it may as well be one that's good for you. And that's it. So you had your chocolate almond milk. You can add a little more chocolate, a little more sweetener, and some bananas. And then you've got your chocolate banana smoothie. So just blend it all until it's perfectly smooth. And that's it. And I'll show you, it's a nice thick consistency, and this will keep you full for a few hours, so it's a good breakfast to have.